Welcome back to Insight. We're at FairHaven Funeral Home. We're on North Clinton Street, right across from Concordia Seminary, and we've got Mark here. Mark, talk about the difference that you feel you offer being a locally owned funeral home.
That's a good question, because certainly funeral homes can be found in any community and throughout this community as well. But I think, as I look at the four of us that have started this new funeral home, and I hope, and it's my dream, that what we've created and what we desire to create is a place of healing. Perhaps that sounds cliche. We don't want it to. We want it to be a place where people find refuge, guidance, direction, and for it to be authentic.
And being able to call your own shots, you know, letting you guys run your own operation, you're free to extend a level of care that clients would need, right?
Yeah, when it comes down to it, what people really want is quite simply put, they want to be loved. They want to be understood, listened to, heard, and they want compassion, but they want it to be authentic. And I use that word because if it's not, it's easily seen.
So you, together, the four of you, brought 70 years of experience working at a previously locally owned funeral home that is no longer locally owned, and you've been able to bring that here with all that care, compassion, and truly give people the care level that they're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. I'm humbled, to be honest with you, with the fact that I've been included with the men of this caliber to lock arms and to do what in our hearts, when we first started this occupation, what we always wanted to do. Deep down, we wanted to love the community. And that's really not as easily done under the guidance and leadership of a corporation. It is easily done when the four of you are independently running a funeral home and saying, this is how we want it done. This is what the community needs and expects.
So talk then about some of the cost too, because again, people want the care, but you know, they don't want to pay for money to go to a corporation out of state either.
Indeed, and I think that's a great question, because you can have all the love in the world, and if your costs exceed what someone can afford, what have you really accomplished? You've accomplished nothing but frustration. So yes, so we can have the love and the compassion and the trust that we want along with that, because we no longer are chained and bound to a corporation based out of Texas. Well, we have the freedoms to greatly maneuver costs that are quite affordable and attractive to the people that we care most about.
What do you think people fail to understand about your occupation? Because as I'm listening to you guys talk, I'm realizing really what a service attitude, servant attitude you guys bring to this that I would not necessarily have expected. Is that it?
Well, I don't think anyone gets into this occupation for any other better reason than to serve and to love and to show compassion to your fellow man. I believe that aside from a church, there's no other occupation in a community that comes alongside the grieving and the broken like we do, and like we're able to if we choose to embrace that. I think also that if there was anything I would like to say happened here, it was the healing began here. Healing began here, because this, let's be honest, people don't say, I very much look forward to coming to the funeral home today. They don't say that. But this is where they find themselves. And if they find love, and they find healing, and they find authentic compassion, we've accomplished something.
Find out the difference a locally owned funeral home makes. You can learn more on their webpage, which is fairhavenfortwayne.com. We'll be right back on Insight.